Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam.
Thoughts intruding, I've been brooding. Lights, camera, action, start the shooting. Mind is looting, stealing peace. Riots in my mental streets. Unruly crowd, my heart competes and tries to fight it back with beats. Not loud enough to drown them out. They only start to chant. In unison, begin to shout, riled up into a rant. Latching onto rhythm, they won't let go of my mind and myself. It starts to schism, multiplicity of kind, lost in all directions, don't know what I'm gonna find, and I'm split up into sections and can't catch up from behind. They're carrying infections like the chills right down my spine. I can't seem to make corrections. There's no getting out of line. Stuck with stomping feet, getting caught in these stampede. I want to take my seat, but can't get away from need. It compels me, all the pumping, beating beat of failing heart, and they tell me that they're lumping all my feats and barely art. You can't sell the trauma dumping, people picking it apart. What the hell, the bomb is trumping, blowing up my brand new start. Finished from beginning, couldn't get off of the line. And you'd think that I were kidding, but this isn't the first time that I've had to do the bidding of the things inside my mind. So I'll sit and go on spitting and waste away while here I pine. How much more can I possibly take? Life's given lemons and all I made were mistakes. Like I can't catch a break and can't make lemonade. This shit is so sour and I'm so depraved. My chest finally caved in from the pressure, and I can't be saved, no, not with confession. Who's there to blame, and what is the lesson for fortune and fame? I started undressing, exposing my being for all the good that it did, closing eyes, seeing myself as a kid, myself as the runt of the litter. Don't stunt, don't try to play coy, and don't come off too blunt. I'm the chase of the hunt, feeling like prey. Why haven't you noticed, and what would you say? A pardon from POTUS couldn't delay the weight of a tour bus on top of my head. It's like I've been bled, emptied of blood, pale and unfed, stuck in the mud, been left on red, chewing the cud. It's like I said, it comes in a flood. It comes in a storm, it comes in a wave, it comes like a hurricane and it can't be stayed. It comes and won't stop. This game has been played out from the top, yet I can't get away. They say take it one day at a time, and you will get through. Yes, you will be fine, but I've lost my faith in the coming of sun. The night's been so long and it's barely begun. My friends think I'm strong, that I'm so much fun, but damn, are they wrong, like a shot from a gun. Straight to the dome. Let's put these lights out, because I can't pay the bills. Someone please end this bout. Someone please end this beating, this constant defeating. The deck, it is stacked against me, conceding that I've lost the game, and I'm not believing that I'll be the same after all this bleeding. Heeding advice hasn't helped me one bit, because they've raised the price of the sugar, so shit. These lemons ain't changing, they won't become it, and heaven's not claiming me, so I will sit in the fire and brimstone, the sulfur and ash. The higher I go, the longer it lasts. So I'll just stay low, try avoiding the blast that comes from below and out from the past. Asymptomatic, panic takes grip. This shit is so tragic, can't grab it, it's slip. Can't hold it together, bad habits unskip. Something must be severed. I heard that shit rip. I heard that shit tear, that life was unfair, that nobody knows and nobody cares, that nobody's coming despite all the stares, despite all the eyes. You won't feel the hands because everyone's looking for likes and for shares. Keep up with the Joneses, but nothing compares. When women choose bears, and rightfully so. Some things tip the scales. We say we don't know, but it's people like me refusing to show what is going on deep down below, who keep a facade, keep up with appearances, seeking a God. All we got was what fearances. And fearances action, like fight, freeze, or flee. But there's a distraction from me feeling me, can't seem to get traction. It's so slippery. This slope of abstraction is the only thing free. They call it free fall for a reason, because gravity don't cost a thing. The lies they enthrall, but bring about treason. Betrayal, it is the worst sting. A stab in the back, couldn't hack it, I quit. This shit is no cap, got a slap for a fit. The game couldn't match, so I set that love shit up for a catch. Get it fast, radar blip. Couldn't last past the storm that always blows itself out. Wouldn't ask for more norm, wouldn't take a reroute, wouldn't change my direction, wouldn't do something different. Emotional reflection on the page, how I did it, how I got through the day with distraction and play. Oh, the last one would say there is no other way to make the peace stay, despite not showing signs that anxiety has taken hold of my spine, taken hold of my nervous system. Don't miss them. They no longer serve us. They pissin' on living. Don't give them a chance. Don't let them take hold. Pretend that you're fine. It never gets old.
Did you see the cute girl through the glass window? She reminded me of a private work buddy. Cute glasses and kind of dorky, truly gorgeous with curls wrapped around her ears. So, catch you on the flip side. I'm going to introduce myself. I'll see you later. Blessings underrated. Who promised you that? How are you so sure life isn't fragile? That it isn't easier to blow out than a candle wick? Inkless flames cover my body, searing, I'll see you soon in my skin. I can't hold you to, I'm coming right back. Whether I make it through the door, take 10 steps and plant 10 toes on the ground, I'm sorry. This is a promise that can only be made with God. I can encase your world in my essence for an eternity, forever breaking, backbreaking, and heart-wrenching. The pain will make you stronger while my spirit becomes wiser through protection. Remember, this is nothing but a street fight, a spiritual Armageddon. So just know I will always be here, dead or alive, throwing left hooks of grace and right uppercuts of compassion. Even if centuries of burning time came between us, I'm standing in the center, lighting your way with lightning. I may only amount to a white cloud hovering over your doorframe, often offering less of my presence. Rely on the feeling of being full, as if someone's hugging your existence. I may not be here to hold you, to repeat the words you so desperately crave to reincarnate. I'm always here with an open shade. Now listen, your heart will be safe here.
Your life is a beautiful poem. Boldly over text this, he told me this irresponsible, illogical declaration that my life is a beautiful poem. After barely knowing me, this riled up many emotions, including using the word poetry in vain. You cannot see my suffering. A poem is a creation. A life belongs to that of a human. Yes, I can let it rain poems like buckets on the basketball court, poetry in motion, that basketball commentator Mark Jackson would say on Steph Curry's flow. Meanwhile, I write till I burn the light bulbs out too. I flow, make it slow, then fast, then put on the show. Syllables doing acrobatic tricks and shit. No one can declare how beautiful my life is. I've seen many demons, felt many demons, still demons dance with my depression. At times, I almost gave up and left this planet to who knows where. I'll stop this sentence midair. Could have been tragic. Fuck the title, tortured artist. I'm still trying to figure this thing called life out. I'm out. Please, next time you make a claim of my almost 30 years on this planet and your overgeneralization of beautifulness my life entails, let us not forget the messy pieces. Yeah, my spirit, in fact, I can proudly say, is not bitter, but beautiful.
My name is Dre Reyes, and I am an addict. I'm addicted to the feeling of pen on paper, juicy words that the page will savor, creating poetry that influences radical behavior, and when it is a passion, it is never a labor. So let's take artistic expression straight, no chaser, and scream the eternal cries resting within Mother Nature. May our poems be star-destined prayers to that will become future lifesavers to the ones who may be our future engravers. I'm addicted to the community and the feeling of unrivaled unity, achieving spiritual immunity, not feeling like a minority, the wonderful souls and personalities where every day feels like a ceremony, a celebration of our humanity. I'm addicted to the energy of comfortably showing vulnerability, relaying hurt into healing creatively, and relaying that to a frequency from minds to throats to technology to the world around me, with the hope that maybe my words can provide validity in someone's reality. I'm addicted to poetry. Can you feel me? My system refuses to make antibodies for the creative bug that embodies all of me. I'm addicted to poetry and the ability it gives me to be a little wild, a little crazy, testing language and pushing it to its boundaries just to see what it could be for shits and giggles and scientific theory. I'm addicted to poetry and the spiritual liberty it brings to me. Yeah, I am a word junkie whose only fix is poetry. Again. My name is Andres Reyes, and I am an addict, for there is no high in the worlds that compares to spoken word.
Dear me, remember the time I used to spin around, eyes closed, the cool air on my face, a dizzy moment of peace, a moment to think. I would think about my day, the things that made my mental go gray. My future, bright but blue, what I wanted to be, who would I blossom into? A magician, a writer, interior designer, or someone who makes clothes. I was told I'll never be good at any of those. I am sorry I am not who you thought I'd be. No one expected me to just be me. I was supposed to die before turning 18. A soldier to the mind, a fighter of ongoing mental battles, surviving the generational cursed traumas while no one hearing our inner cries, to feel, to welcome hope, to have a future as big as my sleeping soul. I am sorry you have carried yourself as if your body is made of armor, having to shield away all the hurtful comments. Flesh be damned for wearing this fat body as a badge of honor, an honor of confidence and determination. Ignore the glares and stares. The world is afraid of a plus size who loves themselves, afraid of plus size bodies moving up the money scale. I know you did not expect to carry the weight of the past on your shoulders, no matter how much you change and become better. Take a rest, unload. I am a mother, photographer, creative, a poet, child, the list goes on, chin up, we are survivors. I am the glue that holds the household together, the one people come to for comfort, to vent, the one who understands what it's like to constantly be told hell no because I am not thin, to be an outsider looking in, to be sad and depressed, unable to escape all the chaos in our heads, to give love without being loved back. You know the vibes, and energy only the broken users and abusers I seem to attract. Remember that time using was all we had, downing shot after shot because liquor knew me best, drinking to numb the pain and hurt, the feeling of knowing you were never wanted, not even at birth. The fat shaming, name calling, addiction was my only support. A bottle, the one thing who couldn't talk trash or talk back, who never lied to my face or acted fake. Out drinking the best of them while making sure I did not break. Feeling alone, except for that bottle waiting for me at home. We fought that inner demon a long time ago. I'm sorry for not loving you the way I should have. I'm sorry you grew up too fast. Understanding the coldness of the world at a young age, neglecting you was my worst mistake. I should have protected you, done more, love you in a way the sun hugs the clouds, a love only food lovers know when they are about to chow down. I will fall so madly in love with you. No one else will be in my field of vision. Be so strong for you. People will cower at the sight of me moving mountains. I will take all the love I have for you and put it in a jar. Put that jar so high up, no one can reach it unless they are on my level. Raise my love so high, you'll see God dancing with the devil. I am strong like stone, as soft as sand under your feet, as smooth as the ocean waves dancing on beats. We survived. I survived, with or without faith. Dear younger me, do not cry. Let me wrap my arms around you and embrace those tear-streaked eyes. Eyes of a fighter, a warrior, a queen, a misunderstood first glance who no one ever gave a chance. We will win this battle and the war. One day we'll be able to fly free and soar, be as fierce as stray cats caught in a downpour. I will love you. I will love you like no other. I'm so sorry for everything, younger me, for everything we could not be. But we'll make it. You'll see. Sincerely, me.
Cold cash, cold carcass, cold core. Celestial bodies, carbon copies endure. Dust, decomposing with loss of trust, exposing layers. It was always us. With no expectations, intention is pure. Hard to grasp that idea in this world. There is still good. There's still good here. Here lies lies and broken promises to a world remembered, the innocent, the lessons, the foundation, dug deep with embers that flicker. Understanding the golden rule is something that changes in the eye of the beholder. The urge to always want to do right, the process of fight or flight, but the choice of being grounded in peace ignites the axis, a fine line of the divine, and perfect timing binds cold cash, cold carcass, cold core. Celestial bodies, carbon copies endure, the most righteous and just. And who do we trust? Humanity, our sanity, the transparency of vanity, outlandish laws of the land of the lost, world that spins within. We keep pieces to ourselves safe from each other until we're sure. No longer left, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, decomposing with loss of trust, exposing layers. It was always us. For the greater good, continue these cycles as we should. But the more things change, the more things stay the same. They would take it all back if they could. Cold cash, cold caucus, cold core, celestial bodies, carbon copies endure. Dust, decomposing with loss of trust, exposing layers. It was always us.
A new embrace of hidden parts, shameful secrets and regrets. Might as well accept it all when they won't let you forget. Clean up on aisle me. You see, I bring us all together to mop the mess I made, behaved unruly as the weather. Acting out and acting up, but this is not an act. What's the use in punishment for all the things I lack? Banished for believing that I deserve a home? Stranded and abandoned for feeling so alone? Please make up your goddamn mind. Too much or not enough? My brightness is the kind that blinds. My smooth is just too rough. Oh, so selfish, self-centered, yet lacking in self-care. Labels tossed, scattered about, they waft on winds unfair. You say it doesn't revolve round me, while standing in the center of a universe your own reality augmenter. Your gravity is dwarfing. How could I resist? How could I believe, perceive another way to live? Of course I couldn't see myself up in the stars. You boxed me in and locked me up, life sentence behind bars. Enough is enough is enough is enough. I'm tired of your lies. You told me that the sun don't shine while denying me the skies. Convinced me that I'm going nuts. Told me the gas light's on. And when I stop to get more fuel, screech tires and you're gone. Revealing only what you lack, gatekeeping human needs, confining your compassion to quid pro quo duties. No more passing off the buck or casting off the blame. You made round holes that squares don't fit. No two pegs are the same. You want to see conformity without consideration. Diversity gets blown to bits, our own obliteration. So if, like me, you've had enough of never adding up, or too much and overflow like spilling from a cup, unclench the rage in balled up fists, embrace all that's inside. You only broke to let more in, so keep your arms out wide.
Prismatic light merges with your wake-up call. When an epileptic flash hits the wall, it forms, separated, distributed as something acting incandescent. Gaudy red lines trapped in a box, expecting us to watch, waiting until the last tick hits the clock. Waking this unconscious mind became Atlas, bearing a prism's weight. Let's just hope our back doesn't crack. We tend to sound the alarm when we ask God for more time. The unfortunate reality of a man fighting for a life manifested through greed. Each creature was set with a plan and offered to do it for less time. Here comes the less than humane. Now look, humanity is tricked into tumbling down rigid and jaded hills. Blessed with a span of life bouncing off various edges, it surprised you how fast the years flew. Never satisfied with the initial 20 given, letting righteous principalities slip through a drain pipe. First 20, we eat until our souls become stale. Sleep as our skin goes pale, and play with the entity who breathes into us. Just long enough to see our connected beasts turn to dust. Next 40, slavery became a decision we so desperately prayed. Granted additional time of horrific connections, tend to create elaborate chicks and cling on to the 40 you missed. The last 10, filled with misery of an angry old man, regretting the mistakes he has made. If given the foresight, would you choose 80 or remain with your shot at 20?
Soft-boiled eggs, you have a way of scrambling my brains that leave me begging for more, like the whore that I am for you. Because of you, Chansey has been considered to be a valued Pokemon to have. I'll never go hungry when Chansey uses soft-boiled. It's super effective. Imagine being able to farm and mass produce Chanseys and send them to areas of the world that needed food and sustenance. That'd be one cool way to combat world hunger. Pokemon were real. But I digress. 8 minutes it takes to formulate your sexy ass in a roaring boil pales in comparison to the hours of laughter you'll bring to me and the comical suffering of my enemies. Ha! The way you ooze that food porn from your bodies brings out the savage in me. Ooh, yeah! I'm unjustifiably in a position I rather want to be in. But I'd rather die of exhaustion than die of starvation. Yeah! With that said, I've got lust in my eyes and I'm hungry. Yeah. Oh, soft-boiled eggs every time we tangle. You're more electrifying and satisfying than the time before. Soft-boiled eggs, yeah. You are more seductive than sex. Dripping golden wet dreams from your insides, enticing my insides with an unrivaled hunger that tours the power of entire galaxies. Yeah, there's a shiver that runs down my spine every time I pick you up and guide you to your demise. Egg, white, yolk, and drippage. Yeah, I close my mouth and your torment and my satisfaction begins. Oh, soft-boiled eggs, you're the cream of the crop. But when you but just when you thought I've had enough of you, I'm not finished with you by a long shot. Yeah, so step into a soft-boiled, dig it.
Brazilian waxing poetic. Across the silver film behind my eyes, I revisit our time together. Pawing breathlessly as grain by grain all of me seeped from your hourglass figure. Hurling glass walls at brick bottles graffitied with Exodus 14:14, I wait impatiently for something to come unglued. Until the last drop, I do not recognize the back of my own hand. I say, not me, not I, for there is none like myself. Triumvirate, I am the objector, the objective, and the exception. Amen. But since then, I've made quite the progression. I long for daylight and no longer find my worth in my depression. You inspired me to get over all my pitiful transgressions and be the me that people love, but only got to see in sessions and for seasons. The reason for the change is all the lessons that I took from your leaving. See, I made it my sole mission to, if we met again, be in a place where you'd make the election to forgive me, and thus I trust assuage my still obsession. Do you ever think of me? I still dream of us in the same room. And does that frighten you? Or do you find it romantic? Am I tragic? Or am I a parasite, a mite, a device to foment revulsion, or worse? You feared me in the end, but you cared for me once, deeply, you intimated. Really, really, quite a lot, you said. Did someone get to you? Or am I just being paranoid? I miss you. I'll say it again for the people in the back. I miss you. Funny. I hardly knew you. Funny. I think I may have loved you. Eventually.
Dear God, I am sick. I feel like I'm dying all the time. If it is not my physical, it is my mental. When both strike, bam, I fall on my knees, defeated, exhausted, emotional, and drained. Can you hear me, Lord? Do you see me? The real me? The me I'm still trying to get to know? The real me I keep trying to improve and change? I have no guidance. I feel lost. This pain is agonizing. I am drowning in my tears, alone, being swallowed whole. Why me, Lord? What is my purpose? To be used, abused, torn, lied upon, a punching bag, beaten down? What is my purpose, Lord? To be sick and helpless? To make everyone around me feel hopeless? Change me, please. I am begging. I don't know how much more I can take. Heal me, please, for my kids' sake. To see them wish, dream, inspire, create, destroy, build, and grow. Self growth, mental growth, successful growth, all things I wish to have and be. Please, Lord, whatever it is I did, please forgive me.
In the dim lit ring where shadows dance, a lonely lioness lifts her glance. Her heart is heavy, her spirit worn, for in this world she's lost and torn. Once a regal pair, they roam the night, two hearts entwined, fierce and bright. But fate's cruel hand took him away, leaving her alone to her dismay. With mane like fire and eyes full of stars, she strides through the circus past the bars. The crowd, they roar as she takes her place, yet in her heart a hollow space. The spotlight gleams on her golden fur. With every leap she tries to stir the echoes of laughter and love once shared, yet in her soul her pain is bared. Through juggling flames and twirling hoops, she runs the show with her daring troops. Her strength unyielding, her spirit bold, but every performance is bittersweet gold. For every bow and every cheer hides a whisper of the one who's not here. She flicks her tail with a fierce delight, yet in the shadows she fights the night. With every roar that fills the tent, a tribute to the love that she once spent. She carries on through the grief is deep, for in this circus her heart must leap. So when the curtain falls at last, and the echoes of the crowd are past, she stands alone, a queen untamed, in the heart of the circus forever named. Though the show must go on and the world must spin, inside her heart the love does not thin. For every leap and every spin, she honors the bond that fate couldn't pin. In the realm of lights that flicker bright, where dreams take flight under the cloak of night, a lonely lioness, fierce and proud, treads the stage where roars rise loud. Once a king besides her stood, in a realm of whispers understood. Together they dance in a world so grand, but fate with its twists had a different plan. With a heart like a drum, she leads the parade, her strength unfurling like a vibrant cascade. Though her mate has departed, his spirit remains, in the glint of her eyes, in the pulse of her veins. She commands the ring with a graceful sway, a queen in the spotlight, she knows no dismay. With each leap and bound, she conquers the night, a symphony woven of courage and light. The audience gasps, their hearts do cheer, for this lioness warrior with nothing to fear. She juggles her sorrow with artistry bold. In the theater of dreams, her story unfolds. Amidst the applause, she still feels the ache, the whispering winds of the love she must forsake. But in every performance, she finds her way home. In the circus of life, she's never alone. With strength in her soul and fire in her mane, she carries the legacy, she bears not the pain. The lonely lioness, with her heart in the show, a ruler of magic in a world of the flow. So here she will stride under stars that gleam, transforming her sorrow into radiant dreams. For though she may wander, forever she'll reign in the circus of life with love intertwined in her veins.
You know, I wouldn't choose this if I had more choices. If I had a way to live without all the voices, if I didn't have to write, filling up the pages, with everything that bubbles up, the sorrows and the rages. A foreign world. Who gets to live without the need to shout or conversate with themselves to figure it all out? To not bleed black ink or graphite gray, to not need the brink or have to say every goddamn think that floats your way, every flawed spam stink every time of day. No need for a notebook to be close at hand. No compulsion that ignores anything that you planned. To move on from a thought and not get stuck in it. Like, I'll leave this here, put it up, and just pin it. To enter a game and really believe you can win it. Because focus will keep your eye on the prize. You play by the rules, you stay the right size. Not too big or too small, too much of it all, too many a fall and a fail. To fly, then to stall, denied your one call, curled up in a ball, time to bail. No follow through, can't finish to do or see past the blue of the world. Over the nest flew, walk in a tight shoe, while wondering who set the swirl. Off balance, off kilter, off walls with no filter, on comet, on cupid, on more with bewilder. Confusion? Conclusion. I haven't been choosing. This delusion, intrusion, my life without fusion.